Hello everybody and welcome to My Pagan Pal Crafts and Such, the channel where you can find pagan related crafts and such. I'm Bella Rosa, that's my magical name in case you're wondering, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this awesome Bacchus offering altar that you can use for the upcoming autumn equinox to honor any deity from the harvest season, so check it out. Alright you guys, here are all the things you will need for this project. Don't worry, I've listed them below. I bought most of these items at my local craft and dollar store, and for those of you who don't want to use a wine bottle, use any glassware you want and replace the wine with just some grape juice. Also, the chalice was a gift from my mom many moons ago, and the little picture frame I've had for years, but either one can easily be replaced with any cup and frame of your choosing. Now, I first played around with my design by just arranging different objects randomly until I had an idea of what I wanted the final piece to look like. This took some time. Afterwards, I removed all the grapes from the vines, and this just gives me more control and makes it easier to handle. After that, I began to hot glue the vines with the leaves onto my wooden crate, and to protect my thumb from that hot glue gun, I just used a tag from one of the items. Now, it didn't take me long to realize that I can get a more realistic look if I first cut the leaves from the vine and then attach them individually, so that's what I did here. Now, on my first leaves, I used way too much glue as compared to the opposite side, so I just ripped it off because hot glue is cool like that. And the second time around, I just used a dab of hot glue, which resulted in a much better overall look. And again, I used a tag to protect my fingers. And really, I think the leaves turned out pretty awesome this way. Moving on to the small wooden bucket, I just cut a piece of foam I got from an old jewelry box. You guys can just use a foam paintbrush. I dipped the foam in some water to water down the paint to create a more stained look, and then I applied 3 coats of this, then sealed it with 1 coat of Mod Podge. Next, I cut a piece of burlap ribbon I bought from the dollar store and hot glued it down. Then I applied more hot glue and laid down my moss, and this time I used a larger tag from one of the items to press the moss down. I attached more leaves around the sides of the box, and really there is no right or wrong way to go about this. Just do what you feel is right for you. Like for me, these grapes did not feel right at all. They were a mess. They were from the vines I got from the dollar store, but with a little snip here and some hot glue there, they turned out just as good as the craft store faux grapes that I bought. Proud moment right there. Proud moment. I attached the grapes in the same way I attached the leaves, and then on this old foliage I've had forever, there were these cute little wire spirals that I just cut off, and then I hot glued to the crate, which wound up looking kind of cute. For the wine bottle, I just wrapped a piece of burlap around it a couple of times and hot glued it down. And then for that extra pagan touch, I added a pentacle charm that I bought on eBay. After that, I added more moss to the top of the crate, and then I arranged my bucket inside of the crate with some grapes. And then I bought this leaf dish that I got at the craft store, which made a perfect offering dish. I don't have a statue of Bacchus, but I just freehanded one with a Sharpie and some gel pens. And I placed a flameless tealight inside of the bucket for some ambience, and boom! There it is, but I'm not satisfied just yet. It's definitely missing something, so back to the drawing board I go. I took more of those wires from the old foliage and twisted them together to make one long piece. I took some aluminum foil and shaped it into a tiny little disc. Then I molded it around an incense cone to create a lip on the edge. Next, I bent the wire in half to the best of my abilities and put a small bead of hot glue in the center of the wire bend. Then I placed the foil disc on top of it, and then I hot glued the bottom. I cut one side of the wire and then gently lowered it down into the wine bottle, and boom, instant wine bottle incense holder. Get inspired this autumn equinox and celebrate any of the deities from the harvest season with your very own unique offering altar. If you guys give this DIY a try, I want to see it. Make sure you post it up on my Instagram. You can find a link to it in the description box below. And if you like what you saw here today and you want to be kept up to date on the latest episodes, then become a Pagan Pal. Subscribe now, like up this video, and I'll see you next time for another episode of My Pagan Pal Crafts and such. Bye!